Hello Internet, it's me Josh, the Agent Gamer. So I've played a lot of classic NES titles. Being a kid of that era, I played of course, the Marios, the Zeldas, the Ninja Gaidens, the Mega Mans, all that stuff. But there was one NES staple I did not play, and that was Contra. To be honest, I never even heard of the game until I was in my teens. I never had the game, none of my friends had the game, and I don't remember seeing advertisements whatsoever for this game. And it's not because this game is unpopular or anything. In fact, it's the opposite. Every old school gamer knows Contra. If you have an NES, this is one of the must-haves. When I initially discovered the game, I heard how crazy difficult it was, and well, I was a bit too intimidated to try it. And it actually wasn't until a couple of months ago I thought, you know what? Let me go ahead and try to give this game a go. Like a real go from beginning to end. So, how did it turn out? Well, let's talk about the game. Let's talk about Contra. Contra is a run-and-gun video game developed by Konami. It was originally released in arcades in 1987 before being ported to the Nintendo Entertainment System in 1988. Oddly, the PAL version of the game was released in 1990 but was changed to be called Probotector. Due to censorship laws with violent video games being sold to minors in Germany, all the human and humanoid characters were changed to robots. So, Contra became a massive hit when released on the NES, and became the standard for the shooting genre and two-player action. The story of Contra takes place in the year 2633, and follows Bill Riser, aka Blue Pants, and Lance Bean, aka Red Pants, as they fight off the Red Falcon military organization. The Red Falcon army consists of brainwashed humans and freaking aliens. It's up to the Contra team to put a stop to these aliens from taking over the world. And it's widely known at this point that Konami just copycatted movie characters onto their box art. The alien is taken from the xenomorph from Aliens, while Bill Riser and Lance Bean are just Arnold Schwarzenegger's character from Predator. Lance got kind of a Rambo-looking color swap, and you know what? An 80s movie starring Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone shooting up aliens? That sounds pretty dang awesome. The gameplay is pretty simple. You jump and you shoot. You get hit once and you're dead. As long as you have extra lives, you'll continue from where you got killed. So, going back to my first time really trying to play this game, it went like this. I couldn't even beat the first level! Bullets are flying everywhere and bad guys pop out of nowhere! Arrgh! But I'm determined to beat this! I keep playing and learning levels. I learn enemy patterns too, and with enough practice I can make it to the snow level before I eventually hit my game over. I kept thinking, man, I really wish I could see the ending to this game. But then I remembered, the Konami Code. Don't know the Konami Code? It's a certain button input you would usually use during a title screen to gain advantages in Konami-based games. Games like Gradius, Life Force, Castlevania, Ninja Turtles, and a bunch of others. Contra popularized the code, which is pressing up, up, down, down, left, right, BA start at the title screen. It gives the player 30 lives instead of the typical 3. That's a major advantage in a game like this. But now that we got that in, let's play and shoot some bad guys. And speaking of shooting, there's a variety of guns you can use in this game. You start off with just a regular pew 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 weapon, but by collecting these letter icons for power-ups, you can get a bunch more. The F gives you the flamethrower, allowing you to shoot fireballs across the screen. The L gives you the laser. The laser is extremely strong, but don't get too trigger happy because you can only fire one laser at a time. The M icon gives you the machine gun that automatically shoots as you hold down the button. It's a really good weapon, but not as good as the spread gun you get from getting the S icon. The spread shot fires bullets in a wide scope. It's the ideal weapon to collect. There are a few more power-ups out there too. Collect the R icon to shoot bullets faster, and collect the beam icon to become temporarily invincible. So now that we know the weapons, let's take a look at the levels. The first level is the jungle, which is a pretty basic level compared to the rest of the game. Shoot lots of bad guys and you'll eventually make your way to the first boss, the dreaded fortress entrance? Destroy the main door to proceed, but avoid the mounted guns and henchmen at the top shooting at you. Don't worry, you can destroy them first for an easy win. The next level is inside the base. We're put into a 3D style perspective as we must shoot straight ahead at jumping bad guys and more mounted machine guns. Our goal is to dodge bullets and shoot each wall's power core. You'll go through a few sections, with some parts being pretty tricky, but the goal's the same: dodge and shoot. Make it to the end and we fight our second boss, the Garma Kilma. Destroy these power cores before the Garma Kilma appears. The eye shoots giant rings at you, and just like every other boss, dodge and shoot. The third level brings us to the Waterfall. Not sure why, but this level is my favorite. It's just fun. We're ascending as we shoot more bad guys and dodge bullets. Once we reach the top, we'll fight the epic looking boss, Gromades. Am I saying that right? Gromades? Start by dodging fireballs and blowing off both its arms. Then keep shooting the head until it explodes. Now we enter the next level, where it's again a 3D-like base. It's more or less the same tricks, just a bit harder. Make it to the end and you'll fight the boss, the Phantom Image Core. So first things first, you'll have to shoot more power cores while also shooting and avoiding random henchmen. Once the core is blown apart, you'll have the Phantom Cores to fight. They split into two and shoot these homing bubbles, which can be tricky to avoid. Once the split cores combine, that's your chance to blast them until they're destroyed. The next level is the Snowfield. You'll get ambushed by flying grenades, more gunners, and armored vehicles that you need to quickly destroy before they destroy you. The boss of this level is the Antigravity Shuttle, Goldaf. God, these have weird names. It drops bombs and minions, but if you're quick enough, you can destroy it before it gets out of hand. Level 6 is the Energy Zone. Try not to rush too quickly in this level or you're gonna get hurt. Take your time avoiding the various fire hazards that you'll come across. The boss of this level is the armored giant Gordea. He runs back and forth across the screen, and you can just barely jump over him to avoid getting killed. Dodge his spinning disc and keep shooting him until he's defeated. Stage 7 is the hangar, and we got all sorts of obstacles here. Like the last level, don't rush, take your time. You have to avoid a whole bunch of these sharp claws that drop down. There's also giant walls that will quickly rise up on you. Shoot them a bunch of times to destroy them. At the end, we got a boss fight against another door. Keep shooting that D-pad looking icon to destroy the door, while of course avoiding enemies and bullets flying around the screen. Now we're at the final level, the Alien's Lair. It's a shorter stage, but it's just as dangerous as the others. There's a giant alien head that spits out little floaty shrimps. Shoot the floaters and destroy the head to continue. We'll now have to avoid alien mouths that shoot spores until we reach the final boss, the Gomaramu's King, or the Alien Heart. This alien is surrounded by cocoons that spawn lots of little crawlers. Shoot everything that moves and aim for that heart. After enough hits, the alien is defeated. You beat Red Falcon, and you beat the game. Congrats! Now, if you want, the game continues at the beginning at a harder difficulty. You can just keep looping the game if you desire. And that's Contra, so I beat it. What's my opinion on the game? To be honest, this game is fantastic. There really isn't anything bad to say about the game. The gameplay, as difficult as it is completely fair. It's not glitchy, and it's all up to your skills as a player. You can't expect to just go on your first time and beat the game. It's really something you have to work for. It's very much a trial and error style, but once you learn it, it's pretty fun. Shooting enemies to a rocking soundtrack is just a great time. With all that said, I got to admit, after beating the game, it did kind of feel like a hollow victory. I only beat the game because I used that Konami code. Without it, I can only get halfway through the game. While I don't feel like I could beat the game without the code just yet, I do feel like I've got a whole lot better at the game in general. I really want to keep playing the game to see how much further I could get. However, I think I want to try the Japanese version of the game, as it appears to be the superior version. It's got awesome images after levels, it's got a map to show your progress, cool flashy details like a cooler title logo, or trees that blow in the wind, it's got a sound test, a secret ending, and even a proper introduction. The Famicom version is just better in every way possible. Either way, any version of the game you can play, you should give it a shot. But that's just my opinion. What do you guys think about the game? Like Contra? Don't like Contra? Can you beat it without the code? Can you beat it with the code? Let me know in the comments below. I thank you guys for watching this video, and until next time, I will see you guys later.